Hi, I'm Emily.
Hi, I'm Alex.
And this is Girls Who Music. Happy Sunday!
Whoop, whoop. I'm excited to be back here with you.
Yeah, me too.
All right, should we jump
straight into it?
Hell yeah. Do you want to start with your song of the week? Because you have... Actually, wait. I want to go first because I'm excited to hear your story, but I am too excited.
It's not that exciting, but yes.
Okay.
You go.
Okay, so my song of the week is It's Amazing to Be Young by DC Fontaines, which is just sick. I love them.
Yeah.
I love their sound.
It's very you.
I love it. And the lyrics in it, I mean, you know, I'm a lyrics gal.
Yeah.
And the lyrics in it are so good.
Yeah.
I love them. So I've been listening to it like literally on repeat since Friday, and it's Sunday.
I feel like it's all good though. Like,
I know. It's
That's
so
not even that
fine.
long.
It's not really that long. And it's so good. I just love it.
yeah, when you
It's
enjoy a song,
gorgeous.
you like put it in me.
Put it in my veins and inject me with it.
Yeah.
The lyrics, everything.
Yeah, it's such a good song.
I love it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay. So radio.
I have two songs.
Oh, we're going with the double.
I couldn't decide, and because I feel like my week has been split up into two.
Oh, okay.
In terms of like music.
Oh.
So my the first song of the week, the first half of the week is Backbone by Stormzy and
oh my gosh, now I can hear it in my head.
That, you ain't got no backbone. And the reason for this being one of my songs of the week is because recently David has been picking me up from work, and when he picks me up from work, he's got the stereo in the car blasting D&B
yes.
and it's just been so nice, and we've been like driving home blasting drum and bass and particularly Backbone, and we're just like so happy like singing together on the way home, and it's just like a really nice memory and oh my god, it's such a good song.
So fun. It's so
good.
So and now you'll have that memory when you listen to that song.
I do. Yeah,
so cute.
That was just like kind of my little story.
Oh, that's nice.
And it also was like getting me racked up for my soccer game on Monday.
Oh my god,
like
fun.
I put it on repeat, and I was like trying to like memorize the words.
You ain't got no
backbone. Yeah, it's just oh my god, it's so good. I love Chasing Status. And then my second song of the week is Recap by Kneecap and Mosey. And I was just like shook when I saw that song, and because I just saw Mosey play New Year's, and then Mosey also opened up for Chasing Status last year.
Oh my gosh, fun!
I've seen him twice. He is
so good,
so much fun.
I bet. I so bet.
He just like there's just something different about him.
Yeah,
like he just like hypes a crowd up really well. His visuals are really cool. He's just like super fun to go and watch and to like listen to and like watch him DJ. And the fact that he did a song with Kneecap too, it was just like amazing, and it's just such a good song.
It is such a freaking good song. When you sent it to me, I was like, I think you sent it to me in the morning. No, you sent it to me in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And I listened to it walking to the train, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yes. It's so good. And
so
like obviously
good.
like Kneecap is amazing, and and at the beginning like Kneecap says Free Palestine.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my god, this is so cool. Like, and Mosey's on this track, and I don't know, it just like feels really special. Because of that, I did like some research on Kneecap. I watched their movie yesterday, which was really, really good.
Yeah.
And so I kind of feel like like this week has just been split up into like two different like
songs,
music themes. Yeah. So, and also I think it's important to talk about Kneecap at the moment, and it was just the song is so good.
It's so good. They performed at Coachella.
Yes.
And their live stream got cut.
Did it?
Yes, because they were chanting about Margaret Thatcher.
Well, Glastonbury didn't post their
set,
their live set.
I'm not surprised at all by that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's shocking.
Yeah.
But it's not surprising. I mean, we both saw a clip this morning of their part of their set, and there were so many Palestine flags.
Yeah.
There was a Māori flag.
I know! It was so good.
I was like, whoever that is, that's so fucking sick.
Yeah. It was awesome.
And they opened for DC Fontaines.
Yes,
at one of their shows, which is so sick. Them together would have been what a night.
Yeah, music is always political.
It is always political.
Yeah, so that's kind of like my little story.
Cute. I like that.
Yeah.
That's
It was
really
just like when
nice.
David and I were listening to Backbone as well, I was just like, this is definitely going to be my song of the week.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I listened to Kneecap, I was like, oh, I
Conflicted.
can't not like talk about both of them because they're both really good songs.
I could have a million songs of the week. Like, it's so hard to
It
pick
is
just
hard. Well, you can have multiple songs of the week, girl.
one. Nope, I need to just stick to one. Otherwise, I'm going to get like...
Yeah, generally I do. Like they're
Yeah.
having weeks where I'm like,
I could do two.
yeah, but I don't know, just the specific week something was telling me like
Oh,
like the
funny.
thought of me only doing like Backbone or the thought of me only doing Kneecap made me feel really sad. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna do two.
Babe, it's our podcast.
Yeah, we can do whatever
We can do
we
what we
want.
want. Who's going to say no? David? What are we talking about this week?
We are talking about DJing.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I think it's a really cool topic to talk about because there is
So much. Anytime we were like, should we? We're both like, there's so
much to talk about. Yeah, I'm excited. So we kind of just want to like cover off, I think, the history of DJing and like house music, techno music, drum and bass, where it all kind of like came from, because it's important to talk about and like understand where all this music has.
developed from, you know, where it started compared to now. It's so different. Even just like obviously in terms of technology, that is one thing, but the sound mainly and like everything. It's evolved, but it started somewhere.
And I think people forget to, like, people are like, oh, it's just like people,
It's just whatever. It's just someone pushing a
but I'm like,
button.
there's like so much to it.
There's so much to it if you're a good DJ.
Yes.
You know, if you understand what to do to like, it's amazing. It's an art. It's an art form, right?
Yeah, totally.
What does DJ stand for?
Yeah, I was just gonna say
I
that.
didn't know this until we started researching, and I was like, whoa, damn.
Yeah, so it means disc jockey.
Yeah, that's
which
sick.
makes sense.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah, I know, because when was it? I think it was like only last year. I was like, what does DJ stand for?
Yeah, because it's just like, wait, what?
But I guess it makes sense, you know.
Yeah, wild.
Disc
discs,
jockey.
yeah.
Walter Winchell, who was a radio commentary in 1935.
He said that term based on someone else. So he was calling someone else a disc jockey based on what that person was doing. So it was like he like essentially, like made up the phrase, I think.
Cool. This guy, DJ Kool Herc, he used to perform in the Bronx and he's from Jamaica.
Yeah.
And he began mixing between identical records, marking the beginning of turntablism.
So like in my mind, I picture that like he's got like two of the same record and he's mixing between them. So it's like mixing the songs together, I'm assuming, which is wild.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Like,
I'm like, how do you even do that?
yeah, and like when you watch videos and stuff, it's so cool. Like you just see like their creative juices just kind of flowing because obviously there was lots to play with, but
You
no
can
one
just
had
go
ever
online
seen.
and search for a sound and put it and then
Yeah,
edit, you know?
no one had ever seen or like done anything like that before. So it was just like pretty like
New.
I think it's important to note that electronic music is Black history. And I think it's important, that we obviously recognise the history of electronic music. I think we're just going to cover off house, techno and drum and bass for now. House was created through disco music.
Yeah.
And I think Saturday Night Fever had quite a big
that makes sense.
influence with helping the rise of disco music.
Yeah.
And there was a particular guy, Larry Levain, who became really popular and started to make like a cross between like disco and house.
Yeah.
And then there started to be anti-disco rallies. But what was happening was, I should probably say like, I think Larry Levain was from New York.
Okay.
And then, there were lots of anti-disco rallies in the States, but the actual...
The underlying tone of these rallies seemed to come from people who were racist.
Yes.
Because a lot of the music that was being played, a lot, from like disco and then house, originated from black artists.
Yes.
Right? And so then there would be these anti-disco rallies because people apparently didn't like the sound of disco.
Yeah.
But when they were coming to these rallies, and people bring records to burn and they were just bringing black artists records and they weren't disco artists. So
yes, exactly.
It's quite interesting really, and I guess it shows just that sign of the times as well of like the unacceptance acceptance of black people, and then just like, why was disco not liked?
Yeah.
Is it because of the sounds, or is it because it was mainly curated and created by black artists?
100%. Yeah. So then they started these underground sort of like warehouses.
Yeah, parties, really.
Yeah.
It was like a safe place.
Yes, it was a safe place for black people, people of colour, queer communities. It created a space of acceptance and community.
Yes, yeah.
And there is a club in Chicago called Warehouse.
Yeah.
And this was like the place to be to listen to house music. And then there was one store in Chicago called Imports, I think it was. And that's where I guess the DJs would get their music from,
their
so that they
records
could
from.
play. But people would walk into this Imports place and be like, oh, where's the house music? Blah, blah, blah. They were like talking about the warehouse.
Because they wanted that sound. It was a new sound, you know?
And then, it just kind of evolved
from warehouse music
to house.
That is fucking crazy. When I saw that, Emily sent me a video kind of describing that, and I like blew my mind, because I was like, that makes so much fucking sense that this kind of music, house music, originated in that way, underground in a fucking warehouse. Like, that's sick. And then now it's warehouse house music.
Literally.
Like, it's crazy, and it's so cool. And I love how that house music kind of then started from a place of wanting to create an environment for all people to come and just like be free. Like when there's a documentary, what's it called?
Oh, Pump It Up. BBC documentary.
Yeah, which is available for free on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that, you know, you see snippets of people talking about their experiences going to the warehouse. That club, I guess, is what we would refer it to.
Yeah.
We would refer to it as. And the way they talk about it is so cool. It's like everyone's just accepting of each other.
Yeah.
In a way that they're like, oh, well, I'm not bothering that person. They're not going to bother me. We're all just here to dance.
100%.
And that community, that vibe is house music.
Yes.
I'm not bothering them. They're not bothering me. We are just here to enjoy this music.
Well, that's the whole point of
that's the
going
whole
to
point, babe.
DJ, like going to these sets. And I think like for me personally, like now that I'm older, I don't want to go to the club anymore and just listen to random stuff. I want to go out and listen to music that empowers me.
Yes.
Makes me feel good. I know I'm going to feel safe. Hopefully.
As safe as a female can be.
Yeah. And listen to songs that I like. And I'm happy to pay for that because I know that I'm going to have a good time. And I'm happy to support that artist.
I so agree. Like going out to like a club now, like I guess if you're listening to this and you live in New Zealand, Auckland, where we are, like say the Viaduct or even places in Ponsonby, it's not the same. You don't get the same vibe of if you're going to like an event with DJs who have thought about it. It's so cool to see.
Yeah. And like when you go to these things, you know, you meet like-minded people.
Yes, you do.
And
because they're there for the music.
Yeah. It's just so fun. And I always feel like dance music, EDM, like it is quite emotional to me, like creates this like physical pull.
And you feel physically affected in your body. It's crazy.
Totally.
Yeah.
So these guys, Larry Levain and Frankie Knuckles, I believe they are like the godfathers of house.
Of house. Okay, right.
Of house music. And then I also just want to touch on Stacey Hot Wax Hale, who is essentially the godmother of house music. She was the first female house DJ. She was the first woman to spin house on the radio and played in legendary clubs like the Warehouse. She's also an activist and fosters inclusivity within the queer community in Detroit through her DJ sets.
Which I love, like still to this day. Yeah. That's what she does. She just gives back to that community, which is just like, it just goes to show, you know, like when your heart's in it, and these people have such a beautiful talent and such a beautiful mind to be creative in that way and then want to use that to benefit their community. It's like, it's just so cool.
This is why we always just like have to go back to where it originated from, because
it's really important.
It just gets so
lost,
whitewashed.
Yeah,
and just
really
like
whitewashed.
It's just so bad. So
yeah,
it's important to talk about these things.
Yeah.
So super cool, super interesting, like crazy how like it just goes like the word house is from warehouse.
I know, that's crazy.
But I feel like it's always like that when it comes to comes.
Well, it came from somewhere.
Yeah. It's just kind of like just the base, kind of like beginning. I didn't want to like we could talk about this for hours, but
like we said, there's so much we could touch on, but we're just going to touch on like little bits today. And then our own little spin on that.
Recently, I definitely feel like there's become a rise in techno, specifically in New Zealand.
Yeah,
and for me personally, I've just been getting a bit more into it. But I also think it's interesting to touch on because technology, there's a lot of that happening around the world at the moment.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite cool to talk about as well. It's really interesting. So basically what happened was there was this group, I think of like 5 people in Germany called Kraftwerk, and they were pioneers of like robotic, futuristic drum and synth heavy tracks. They were super funky. But when they're performing, they're literally like robots.
No,
like,
really?
It's like really interesting. I have to show you
Oh my gosh, yes! That sounds like sick.
They're real just like...
Do.
Yeah, and it was funny like reading the comments on YouTube and people were talking about when they were young, their like friends would be like telling them that they're actual robots, but they're not. They're like humans, so but they're like so like interesting the way that they perform.
Oh my god, but it's also like they're performing, so like that's their persona when they're performing. Like, I love that side of things.
It's kind of like reminds me of what's his name, Gesta Bellstein, the guy with the metal hair.
Yes, he was. He was. Lady Gaga brought him.
Yes, Lady Gaga brought him out during her thing.
Yeah, he was in full silver or like full metal, and I was like, okay. I think I was texting you. I was like, okay, Robot Man.
Yeah, it's kind of like similar
vibe,
kind of like aura. Yeah.
That's cool.
So they were kind of creating these like futuristic sounds.
Yeah.
And then there were 3 high school friends, Derek May, Kevin Saunderson, and Juan Atkins. They started listening to Kraftwerk in their bedrooms. So the sounds that Kraftwerk were kind of creating were matching the dystopian kind of feel that was happening in Detroit with the rise in technology and people losing their jobs due to automation and the city kind of falling into economic ruin.
Wow. Yeah. That's pretty hectic.
So ironically, Kraftwerk were also inspired by Detroit musicians. So it was kind of like this full circle moment. But anyway, so one of the guys, Juan, started making music that was minimal, machine driven, deeply futuristic. And then he basically coined the term techno.
Yeah.
And then the other 2, Derek and Kevin, they started to get into it as well and like push the music out onto the dance floors.
Yeah.
And then essentially Detroit kind of like birthed techno. And then Germany have kind of just created this like place of like continuously like worshipping techno and like you know, you always, every time you think of Berlin you think of techno, like
hard
you know?
Like literally when I hear hard out techno I just think of someone in like all black in like Berlin.
So it's super interesting how it's kind of just like back and forth between like Detroit and Germany,
the influence that like different parts of that type of music has had on another, and how it's all kind of interweave.
And even like listening to Kraftwerk, like they still sound like all the sounds are really cool and they still sound like really futuristic.
I'm gonna love that,
and it's just like awesome.
That's so cool.
And then lucky last, we have to talk about drum and bass because we're in New Zealand.
We Kiwis love drum and bass. It's just like, I don't know why we love it. You know what I mean? It's really interesting.
It is. I mean, obviously it does come down to like influence that the country has. Like, I think, I don't know. Yeah. Like if we were living in Germany, we'd probably like
techno.
Maybe techno more.
Yeah.
Like even the other day, I was just listening to the most basic drum and bass song and I could just like feel something in my soul was just like, oh, like I love this. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's like the drums.
Yeah,
like,
the drums. Maybe it's just, I don't know what it is about it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I so get what you mean. And like, it's like, it like ignites your body. You feel it. Like you can't not move.
Yeah.
When you're listening to it, right?
Yeah. Like me and David will be like in the car and we'll be like screaming like, how could anyone not dance to this?
No, truly. Yeah. There's quite a few drum and bass, I think, artists that started in New Zealand.
Yeah, there is quite a few.
Yeah. And I think there's quite a lot of underground kind of like sounds back in the 90s and early 2000s of drum and bass. And maybe that's where like our, like New Zealand as a country, like our love of drum and bass started, especially with like summer festivals and stuff, like at most summer festivals, right? Like there's drum and bass artists that come. So it has that kind of like feel around it too of like summer.
Oh, definitely.
You know, like that.
Good
It's the whole good times. Yeah. It's the whole vibe that it kind of brings.
Yeah, totally. No, yeah, it's just like, yeah, good vibes. It seems to me there's a bit of like,
where did it actually start?
People seem to have like quite a bit of different opinions on this, which I found really interesting. But what I kind of like saw about drum and bass was that it is a subgenre and evolved from jungle. And jungle essentially came from acid house and acid house ravers in the 80s. And then this guy, Lenny D. Ice, made a song, We Are IE. And that was basically the first ever like jungle song. And jungle essentially comes from Jamaican sound system culture. And it's like a fusion between Jamaican immigrants and then British youth culture that started in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then it's sort of just like
evolved
from there. And then, so jungle was kind of like the start of drum and bass, garage, grime, drill. And then, like certain DJs like Goldie, Ronnie Size, DJ Dye, Remark, Lemon D, they kind of like pioneered the jungle sound, and then it just kind of like evolved from there. All black origin. Yeah, so back to like when we were talking about like how New Zealand is quite drum and bass focused, I almost think, is it because we're like part of the Commonwealth and like because the UK has such a big drum and bass culture, like if it's just come to New Zealand,
it's
that's
just
kind of like why?
Through.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah, I would love to know like when you think of certain genres of drum and bass, techno and house, like a memory that springs to your mind. Not for each genre, just like in general. I have like one quite specific.
Oh my god, tell me.
So this is random, but it's of a Calvin Harris song, which is just like, I guess he's just like a house. Like he's not really specifically a DJ, but he's not a DJ.
No, he's a DJ.
Yeah, he's a DJ.
He's like a producer.
Yeah, more like a producer. And I only was thinking about this the other day because I was like, oh, we're talking about DJs. And then I was like, oh my God, this song. And I gave birth to Calvin Harris's song, Summer. And so now whenever I hear that song...
Wait, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so every time you hear that song, you think, I'm giving birth to us.
I don't know why I put it in his like birth playlist.
Song.
I think because it was summer, like I was hoping he would be born in December, which is like the start of summer. And the lyrics obviously,
that's actually a really nice song.
I know. And I remember the midwife being like, oh, this is pretty intense because like loud and there's just like 10,000 people in the room. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. Just like in the background, just going, fuck, it was a lot. So that's when I think of like,
oh my God, yeah, well, no wonder you have that memory.
It's an intense memory. What would you say? Other than your recent one of being in the car with David, which is so cute because now you always have that memory, which I love. Music holds memories.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have like a specific.
Like, do you ever hear a song or, oh my God, that moment, but like a DJ song?
Yeah, there is actually quite a few.
Yeah, I knew you would.
But it's not anything like crazy. Like the song Roll the Dice by, oh my God, I can't even remember the artist's name. Like Roll the Dice, that kind of like reminds me of uni.
Oh yeah, crack up, yeah.
And then that song, Take Me Down to the Bunker.
Reminds you of uni?
No, that song reminds me of... Have you not heard that song? It's actually such a lit song.
I think I have heard it, but like I can't really think of it. I'm sure I would have.
It reminds me of Northern Bass. But there's no like...
You've got too many memories.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Interesting. Should we talk about Fred again?
Yes. So let's talk about
old mate Fred.
Old mate Fred, his pop-up. I don't know if anyone has saw online, he did a quote-unquote pop-up in New York, but it wasn't really a pop-up because he kind of told everyone 48 hours before.
Yeah.
And
I mean, fair to give that much notice because if you wanted to come from like outside of like, you know, have to drive a bit or something. Okay, yes. I see you have mixed thoughts.
He has this kind of like brand of like, I'll just do things like then and there, and it's all like sporadic and like exciting and fun, and which is cool. But so he came to New Zealand and he kind of gave people like,
it was like no notice really.
No notice. And it's at Spark Arena.
I remember people saying it was like impossible to get tickets.
Yeah. And it's just, when it was all kind of happening, tickets were coming out, it kind of made me feel feel really sad because I was like, this isn't giving people enough time that are actual fans to savor.
Yeah.
And it just creates this insane rush where it's just so difficult to get tickets. And it's just, to me personally, I think it's just kind of shit.
Yeah, I so get that. And also it's like, I feel like people then go to those events for the hype of going. And it's like, if you're not a real true fan, you're taking that ticket from someone who would really want to see them.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he sold out Spark Arena.
He did.
Yeah. And which is that's a lot of people.
I didn't get tickets, but thankfully my friend had one ticket.
Oh, that's good.
I just remember thinking though, when I didn't get tickets, I was really upset.
Yeah,
and I was really mad because I was like,
did you try to get tickets
ridiculous.
and you just like couldn't, like it timed out? And like
there was like thousands of people on Ticketmaster. I do know that like concerts and stuff these days, like it's getting
pretty crazy.
out of hand.
Yeah.
I do feel like when you announce something so quick and then it's like happening the next day, there's like, I don't know, like it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Like I'm like, do you really care about your fans? Or are you just kind of creating this hype for yourself so that you get big? That's kind of like what happened in New York was he made
crazy.
Yeah, like he did this pop-up 48 hours, and to me that's not a pop-up. A pop-up is you literally
an hour
paying and you don't buy tickets
at the door,
or it's like $5 or something.
Yeah, you're right, I get that.
Yeah, and then I just remember before his actual performance, it was all over my TikTok. Everyone was talking about it, and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be crazy. And the place that he played at, it could only hold like 2,000 people.
What, this is recently in New York?
Yes. So you're having a pop-up in a city like New York, 2,000 people.
It's like a drop in the bucket.
Yeah, and then it just creates this massive swarm. People with disabilities can't get in, can't get tickets.
People lining up outside the venue before tickets were even released, weren't they?
Yeah, it really like left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, you're right. It's like quite interesting, the discourse around him of like, he's really taken off recently in the past like year or so, like you said, and like it's like people just want to go to be there.
Yes.
And then it's like really stressful, like you say, to get tickets, and like 2,000 people at an event in New York, like that's just not enough, especially when you have like multiple DJs playing who are like really good too. Like it's just
Skepta come out?
Like Skepta, Kitama,
and
then it looks really cool, but yeah, it just seems pretty crazy.
It's just like, you're big enough now, you're big enough.
Yeah,
it just sort of like it creates this like
crazy
exclusivity
energy.
now. It's kind of going back, like, you know what I mean?
Exclusivity. It's not like what the original, like what we talked about at the start, the original origin of house music, of inclusivity, safe space, bringing all these like-minded people together because they loved the music. It's coming away from that, but I think as a society, unfortunately, that's what's happened over the years, but this is like to an extreme version, obviously, because he's like you say, 2,000 people in the middle of New York, 48 hours notice, isn't really a pop-up. That's more a concert.
I think, and the tickets weren't cheap either.
Oh yeah, I don't think they would have been. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued to see where he'll play next. Maybe he'll come back for Laneway. I wouldn't be surprised by that, actually, if they tried to get him for Laneway.
I get the whole like point of like Fred again's sort of like brand at the beginning, but now it's too big that like you do need to start thinking about your fans, and you do need to think a bit more smart about this. I wanted to talk about Jyoti and her DJing. She is probably one of my favorite DJs. She covers a lot of different genres, and she basically became really, really big because of a boiler room set and a specific like part of her boiler room on TikTok. And when she kind of like blew up a bit, like on TikTok and stuff, she would be doing her sets, and people going to her sets expecting to listen to that one song and it to be that kind of vibe and blah blah blah. And I really love her because she's like, that's not what I want to do. And she wants to, play music that she wants to play. She wants to create like a story with her music and how she plays it. And she wants to, have no phones at her events and just create how a club should be. I just think it's like so cool.
I love that.
Because she's always just like
bring it back to her authenticity.
Yes. Yeah. She's always talking about it. And now she's creating created this like amazing community of people that just like go for the music, for the ride, you know, don't know what to expect. And yeah, I just think it's really, really cool and super inspiring. And she's kind of like, she does talk a lot about how, yeah, she became really popular from that one TikTok. And it's so interesting how TikTok and social media creates this like hype with DJs. Yeah. Like,
yes. I'm like bursting. Yes.
Yeah. And it's just like,
honestly,
she's like, no, like I don't want people just to come listen to this one song.
And it's one snap that they've heard and they're like, oh my God, that's sick. I want to hear you play it 10 more times. Like it's not, it's just a small snippet of her whole slot of playing. You know, like you can't understand who a DJ is just from like one part. Yeah, you gotta listen to their whole set. Yeah, to get a feel for what they 100%. Like, you know, and like the undertone of it.
People do hate on DJs too. Like I'll see comments on TikTok and people are like, "Oh, they just press a button." Which
there are some DJs that do unfortunately just have a producer, have the song mixed or whatever,
or they're the producer, or they're the producer, they're just playing their song,
and they literally just push play.
So I'm in two minds about this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also in two minds because if the song is good, I think actually let's just understand that kind of DJ versus an actual DJ that's like in time mixing with sounds. The vibe of that is so different. So different. And you can be at a festival and they can play this like one song of theirs that you know that you love and that gets you equally as hyped as this other DJ that's like...
Well, this is why I love going to underground. Well, yeah, I guess underground stuff.
Well, we literally are underground most of the time.
Yeah. Like this is why I like to go watch local DJs play because majority of the time they're full on playing, you know, mixing. It's really fun to watch.
It's so interesting. Yeah.
Like someone like Papa Jax, who's a local Māori DJ. She's just amazing at what she does. I can't even explain it because she's just so good.
Yeah.
And just like I was watching this video and someone explaining about how she's doing and everything. And I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, she does so much.
It's wild and you wouldn't even think about it. And I'm also like, how do you know to do that?
Yeah, it's just like
but learning. It was, are you talking about Katana's video when he posted of him editing? Yeah. And he said that like he would have done it a different way, which I find so interesting.
Yeah, like there's so many different ways, but I think it's cool to be able to experience that. And then majority of the time, if you're going to go to a festival, majority of the time they've already got their set locked and loaded. They are majority
more
of the time
push and play because it's also like really massive, huge crowd. Like it's a completely different vibe, I guess, and like the setup would probably be like, it'd be a whole different thing, right?
You do still want to see, even at festivals, some form of thought into it.
Yes, you want to know that they've like put the effort in.
Yeah,
not
and I think
the thought.
I think I would rather spend my money on someone where there's at least I know there's going to be something different or surprise.
Some surprise, yeah. Well, you're like, whoa, that's new, or oh my gosh, I actually haven't heard the song. It's so fun, and then it's just that whole vibe is so fun.
Yeah, totally.
Love it. Very interesting. We've touched on quite a lot today, haven't we? It's quite interesting thinking about the life cycle of house music, techno and drum and bass and how they're going to continue to grow and evolve and hopefully just keep that community like feel around it, that type of music, you know?
Yes, 100%. I mean, that's why I go to these things.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why like I love electronic music and you know, getting involved in this sort of stuff because it's made me personally feel like accepted and
that's beautiful.
I think that is why I like going, you know, seeing DJs and listening to electronic music and the music really speaks to me.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Aww, that's gorgeous.
And it's always good times.
Yeah, always good times.
Majority of the time.
I think that's a good way to end the episode.
Yeah.
Always good times. As always.
And support your local DJs. Go watch them.
Just go.
Just go. It's so much fun. I'm sure you'll have a great time and
meet new people.
Yeah.
Chat to people.
Support local talent.
It's amazing what you can hear and who you can meet. Like it's just get involved.
Yeah, totally.
Reconnect with that part of music. Of being underground and just get into it.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening. As always, we love music. So
I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. Hey. Get some music.
Bye.